The excavations at Fort St. Louis were really kicked off by the discovery of the 8 cannons. And for years, the site was believed to be there, but we never really found any smoking gun, as it were, until the cannons were discovered. And that's really what prompted the Historical Commission to begin an excavation project at Fort St. Louis. The discovery of the 3 burials was probably one of the most significant finds. From the forensic research, we were able to discern that there definitely was 1 female and 2 males. One was a young boy and the other was an adolescent male. These would have been part of the people that were killed by the Karankawa. One of the important things about finding human remains is it allows the archaeologist to take a more intimate look at the individuals that were living at the site. We could take a look at the dentition, bone development. We can get a look at their health, their stature, and get ideas about how these people were surviving. The Fort St. Louis project was the longest continually running archaeological project in the history of the state of Texas. We were in the field continuously for 2.5 years.
The site was inaccessible to the public, so we decided to have a public archaeological laboratory so that the visitors from the community could have an opportunity to interact with the archaeologists and see some of the artifacts that were coming out of the field every day. We set up the Public Archaeology Lab for Fort St. Louis in downtown Victoria, Texas, in one of the historic storefronts. In addition to our exhibit space, which had revolving exhibits from artifacts from the field, visitors were also able to interact with volunteers who were set up at stations along a low wall, processing artifacts at various stations. Artifacts would come in from the field and have to be cleaned and then dried and then sorted and then labeled. The Public Archaeology Lab at Fort St. Louis allowed us to enable local volunteers and local interested avocational archaeologists to be involved in such an important and significant project in their community. And at the same time, it allowed us to process artifacts as they were coming out of the field in order to keep up with what is a very daunting task.